Hello everyone, this is a brief demo of MetaBadge and some of the progress that we've made as part of the Tableland pilot program. As you might recall, MetaBadge is a simple platform that allows anybody to create a soulbound or a non-transferable token. These badges can be used for the purpose of on-chain credibility, reputation, to recognize contribution, or a number of other use cases. If you'd like to learn more about the problem that we're trying to solve or our approach in solving it, I would recommend taking a look at the project brief that we created as part of the Tableland program from a couple weeks ago. Great, so with that, we can get on with the demo. And as part of this demo, let's pretend that we are creating a badge set to recognize some of our key community contributors. So with that, we will call the badge set community contributors. And for the description, we'll say that this recognizes key community contributors such as moderators or beta testers. Awesome. So with the name and description done, we can go on to configuring the badge set. Within the configuration options, the first thing that you can choose is the transfer rules for this badge set. There are three options, ranging from the least strict to the most strict. No binding means that a recipient can freely move the badge across wallets. However, we block certain functions so that it's a little bit more difficult to sell these badges on secondaries. It's not impossible, it's just a little bit more difficult. And so that's the first option. The second option is to bind the badge to a different NFT. A good example here is binding a badge to someone's ENS domain. The theory there is that they're unlikely to want to sell their ENS domain, and therefore you have anchored their badge to something else that they care about. The last option is the most strict, and that is known as wallet bound, and that simply means that they cannot move that badge to any other wallet. We'll choose that option for this demo. From there, you can configure the metadata that you want on a per badge basis. So in this section, we'll just be adding the fields. We'll later be able to fill it in. All this metadata is stored on-chain, leveraging Tableland. In this example, the data will be stored on Polygon's Mumbai testnet. However, when we actually launch this product, you will be able to decide whatever chain you want your metadata living on, as long as it's compatible with Tableland. So let's go ahead and add a couple fields. The first field we'll add is something, let's call it a contributor type, so we can denote exactly what sort of contribution they made. We can add a field for expiration block. Maybe that is a way for us to signify how long this credibility is meant to last for. And lastly, we can have a field for skill level. Maybe we want to show different types of skill level for different contributors. Great. From there, we can choose whether or not we want to have the ability to revoke the badge. In this case, we don't want to, so we're going to leave that blank and move on. The last option is the ability for you to set a claim fee. This is what someone would have to pay in order to claim the badge. We don't want to charge our community anything, so we'll set this to 0. Great. From there, you can go ahead and configure the recipients who you want to be able to earn this badge. So the first thing we'll do is add in a couple wallet addresses. And then from there, you'll notice that the fields that we had set above start to show down here as well, right? So we have contributor type, expiration block, and skill level. So for contributor type, maybe this person was a community moderator, and we can create a fictitious block date as the expiration, and we'll give this person a skill level of 3. This person might have been a beta tester. We'll give them the same expiration block and maybe a skill level of 3 as well. Fantastic. So now we have recipients, and we can move on from there. The next step is the ability to define delegates. Delegates are simply people who you nominate to help you manage this badge set. They will be able to add recipients if you have revocability access. They will be able to revoke recipients and basically do everything that a creator can do except adding delegates. So this is a pretty important role, and you should give it very sparingly, but it's a way for you to add teammates who can help manage this badge set. Lastly, you can go ahead and add an image that visually represents the badge set that you are trying to create. I've already done that, so there's no need to add another one. Great, so that's it. We've finished creating our badge set. It's as simple and easy as that. And from there, we can go ahead and complete and create this badge. The creation is split into 2 steps. The first step is taking all the data and storing it on chain, leveraging Tableland. The second step is to interact with the MetaBadge contracts and create the NFTs on chain. So we'll start that process. As you can see, the first request here is a request to sign a Tableland transaction. So we'll sign that. And then we will be paying the cost to store this data on chain as part of Tableland. So we'll confirm that. Now, as this completes, we should see a Tableland ID show up in our console. So we'll keep the console open temporarily to see that. To explain a bit further, every badge in MetaBadge gets its own table in Tableland because there's unique sort of attributes for every single badge set. So as you saw here, there was a successful write to the following table on Tableland, and that data is now stored on chain. Great, so from there we can go ahead and sign a request for MetaBadge and pay the gas required to write this on-chain transaction and interact with the MetaBadge contract. Fantastic. So now we have created the badge set that we're trying to create. This is a link that you can copy and share to anyone that you want being able to redeem this badge, and it'll make sure that they meet all the right criteria, and once they do, they can receive that badge, which is an NFT. Thank you so much for watching this demo. We're really excited to have made the progress we have, and we're really excited to be using Tableland. And yes, thanks so much.